Hi, my name is Justin. This is my 22 Chevy Silverado.
I'm Sarah. I'm his new wife.
The story began a couple of years ago. I had the wild idea to invite a girl that I wasn't even officially dating yet to go on Rocky Mountain Race Week because I was watching Cletus McFarland for a few years and it looked like it was a great time. We decided we were going to go through with the trip before we were official. And I don't know how I managed to talk her into it because it's a hard sell before you're even dating. And we ended up having the time of our life on that trip. That was 2 years ago.
So 2023. We figured if we could lock ourselves in a vehicle for 7 days straight and spend, 2,400 miles in a vehicle and be fine with each other at the end of it, it's a pretty good test for a new relationship.
At that moment, I know I needed to put a ring on her because I can't even stand being in the car with my dad for more than 4 hours. We went 7 days and it was about 2,500 miles round trip. And it was, like I said, the best week of my life.
Yeah, and so we knew, when he proposed, we were talking about honeymoon trips and I'm like, I don't care when it is because the dates weren't released yet for this mega week. I'm like, I don't care when it is, that'll be a honeymoon. And then we found out that the day 0 was the day of our wedding. Poor guy was so brokenhearted, he thought we couldn't come. And then I'm like, just message them. See if it'll be cool if we can, come a day late. And he's like, okay.
So then I reached out through Facebook Messenger and I believe it was Matt that I got in touch with. And he's like, nope, that's totally fine. If you show up late, just come to the trailer. We'll get you signed in. Got married Saturday.
All the way up in South Dakota.
And Sunday we packed up, drove 9 hours south to Tulsa and showed up pretty much as they were getting ready to shut down for the day and got our stickers and
got our wristbands and all that fun jazz.
Then went to the hotel, crashed, and here we are.
We road weeked the first time we came in 2023 and we decided we wanted to road week again because it's fun. You get to be in the pits with everybody, you get to meet everybody still, and you get to help people out along the way. We made a lot of great relationships the last time we were on Rocky Mountain Race Week that, we're still in contact with them today. And
we've only been 4 hours in on this trip and we already are best buds with one of the racers named Stacy and his crew and family, and I'm just waiting for the rest of the week to be as amazing.
So these shirts were actually made for his bachelor party. They have, one of the groomsmen's wives made all the shirts and they have all their nicknames on the back. His nickname from me is Handsome Bo Bansum. And since she knew we were coming here, she made me a shirt, so the back of mine says Pretty Princess. But we have, since the first Rocky Mountain Race Week we went on, we got the racing bug and I'm like, we have to build a dragger. We have to. There's no way around it. And we became the owners, I'd say.
Yeah,
we inherited a 1978 Ford Supercab Ranger that my grandparents bought custom everything back in 1978. And so we've been working on building that into a drag truck ever since. Yep. We did have to hold off on it to pay for the wedding, but we'll get there.
Who knew weddings were so expensive?
Yeah.
Like it was a lot. And I had the whole goal originally was to try and get it done enough to where it would be our getaway vehicle for the wedding. So we would get done with the ceremony, walk out, get into that 78 Ford pickup, and then take that off for our getaway. But engines are expensive, and I couldn't really afford to build it out the way we wanted to. And
you already dropped $7,000 on the suspension alone, so.
Yep. Well, I wanted it to be done right. I wasn't going to do the Crown Vic Butcher job.
Please don't. Yeah. But yeah, and then his other goal was to be able to take my grandma on a cruise in it because it hasn't ran since 2001, I think. We named it Angus because my grandparents ran a black Angus ranch for cattle. And so I'm like, all right, we can paint it black, name it Angus. There we go. So that's where the Angus pit crew comes from.
When we went on our first race week, I made one of these coolers that didn't have the cover on it, and we were carrying it around, and the whole intention was to give to one of the racers that inspired me to go there. And Brent from PFI Speed happened to be one of the a few racers that I saw that was my inspiration to do the road trip, and we gifted it to him our first day, full of Mountain Dew and ice. And this go around, Sarah wanted one for just us, so made the covers for it this time.
The other one says Rocky Mountain Race Week Mega Week 2025.
And holy shift, it's our honeymoon trip.
I guess the thing I'm looking forward to the most for the rest of the week is meeting more people, making more connections. I mean, I feel like you can make some lifelong friends with events like this.
Absolutely. Similar goal for me. Races are just good people. Everyone's here to have a good time. No one's here to put each other down. There might be some, elbowing and stuff like that, but
like going over to the BT
one of the
BTR tent and saying that Matt's Nova is slow,
and you get a free keychain. It's the overall atmosphere. It's just a blast. I just can't wait to have fun for the rest of the week, and maybe have a final picture taken at the last day. Would be a lot of fun.
Yep. But yeah, and we just really want to thank Matt and June and everybody involved in making this even happen. We can't imagine the planning that goes into it and all the little details. I mean, we were stressed enough planning a wedding. I feel like this is planning a wedding for 500 to 600 people,
And it's a week long, not a day.
Right, exactly.
And yeah, I want to thank them as well, because you could have said, no, you can't show up late. And thank you for allowing this to be possible, and
making our honeymoon trips, honeymoon trip dreams come true.
Absolutely. And every stop that they have for checkpoints are some of the coolest places that you wouldn't think to look for, and they aren't even on the map. They're little tiny, museums and shops, and they set up some of the best road trips, and we couldn't be happier.
Definitely.